Welcome to Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt of the Marquardt Law Firm at marquardtlawfirm.com.
Welcome to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt, on the radio, on podcasts everywhere, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on talklawradio.com. Today we're going to be talking with Adam Turcotte, who's a local gunsmith. His business is called 10X Arms. And we're also going to be talking with one of Financial Planning HQ's longtime clients. Usually we have Steve, Jacob, or Joseph on the show giving our financial focus, but today we're going to interview one of their clients so that you can really learn and understand what it's like to work with Financial Planning HQ. Mark, well, we'll have him on when you're ready. Chris, you're live on Talk Law Radio. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining the show. This is the show where we help you discover your legal issue blind spots by listening to me talk about the law on the radio. But Steve, Jacob, and Joseph give us the financial focus segment. And so today we'd like to talk to you about what it's like to work with them. Are you ready for that?
Certainly.
Okay. So what made you seek out financial planning in the first place years ago when you first started working with them?
Well, I was coming up on retirement from the company that I had worked for, and I talked to my oldest brother who has a couple of degrees in finance, and he says, well, the first thing you want to do before you look for a money manager is you're going to want to look for a fiduciary, because they're the person that keeps everybody honest. And then once you are in hands of a fiduciary, you can go ahead and talk about your money manager and how to plan for your retirement cash flow.
Okay. And how was it that you met Steve in Financial Planning HQ?
Well, I had a life insurance policy with MetLife, and so I looked up MetLife, and they carried Steve as a fiduciary. So I gave him a call, and that's where it started. That was back in 2010.
Okay. And so how would you describe your experience working with Steve?
I think I entered his office, and I kind of caught him in the middle of a transition, and he told me that he was getting ready to start his own business as his own man, and he told me that. He said he wanted to be upfront with me in case I decided that I wanted to look elsewhere, and I said, no, I'd like to listen to what you have to tell me. And we talked for quite a while, and that's where I came on board, and we started discussing my assets, and he set me down and told me what the plan of action would be, and it's worked out.
Great. And how is that different from your experience working with Joseph now?
Well, I think, just to be honest, when he told me he was going to transfer me to a partner, I was a little bit surprised at Joseph. I think I was Joseph's first client, and I was, over the course of the years, been very pleasantly surprised and welcoming of his suggestions and guidance. So everything with Joseph has been well, but I hope that doesn't change after this phone interview.
That's great. Tell us about moments that mattered, financial decisions that you're glad that you made.
Well, with my portfolio that I had from the company I retired from, I retired from Rolls-Royce, and if they did not actually have a retirement program. I had built up for my future through a 401k program. And so I told them that I wanted to transfer it with the minimum disruption. And we talked about the pre-tax and the post-tax. And so I tried to keep the money under investment and only withdrew from it when I had to. We finally did get that set up on a scheduled withdrawal. And then later on, after I was with Joseph, I had an account from my parents, which was a transfer upon death. So I'll just tell you, that's a hard way to receive money. But they, as a fiduciary, were very honest with me, and they monitored the money managers that we had, and they did. At one time, they changed the money manager because they said they thought they found another money manager that could do better, and it's worked out well. It's been very much better than what you could ever get from a regular interest account.
Yeah, that's sounds like a good experience. Was there any advice that they gave you that saved you time, stress, or money in a way that you didn't expect?
Well, in a way, because I also had suggestions from my older brother who said, you might think that they're asking for too much money as a consultant fee. But my brother, who, even though he knows a lot about the financial world, he has a fiduciary too, and he said, it really lets you sleep at night because you know you have someone who's watching your assets, because that is their most important job, is they're essentially, I guess you'd call it guardian angel on your finances, because they find the money managers and they find the investments, and it makes you sleep better at night.
Yeah, we all want that.
Well, yeah. Well,
what did you think financial planning was like before you started working with them?
Well, I really didn't have any formal courses in buying stocks or buying investments. It was usually I was going to transfer my 401 into an IRA, and that was one of the things that Steve helped me with. And they also helped me protect my investment for my beneficiaries by getting me some really good insurance. And I was surprised that if you have someone that knows what they're doing and is looking for the right product, how they can save you an awful lot of money. And that happened on the 2 life insurance policies that I found through them. One was through Steve, and the other one was through Joseph after he took the account. So
okay.
I'm still happy with them.
Good. And so when you think about them being in different generations, Steve, the baby boomer, and Joseph, the millennial, what's the difference between the 2 styles?
Well, when I first met Steve, he seemed to be well-versed and very comfortable with the subject of, being my fiduciary and talking about investments. And Joseph was, I think, brand new in his I'm getting feedback.
Yeah, our segment's coming to an end, so I'll thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure. You have a good weekend.
Well, thank you, Todd.
Bye. Okay, we got to take a break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
This has been Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt, brought to you by the Marquardt Law Firm. You can learn more at marquardtlawfirm.com. And be sure to listen to the full Talk Law Radio show Saturday mornings at 11 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Most families don't realize they have hidden legal blind spots until it's too late. Wills, trusts, Medicaid planning, even protecting a business. These are the kinds of issues attorney Todd Marquardt helps uncover before they become problems. Todd is the host of Talk Law Radio, where each week he guides listeners through the legal challenges families, veterans, and business owners face, while showing them the practical steps to protect what matters most. Catch Talk Law Radio, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, 6:30 a.m. The Word, and now in Houston on AM 1070 and 103.3 FM The Answer, or anytime on YouTube. Planning isn't just about documents. It's about peace of mind, security for loved ones, and building a legacy that lasts. Don't wait for a crisis. Do it before you die.